Evening. Is it working? I think it's working. I bombed it first on the. Hey, Jess. Okay, we're on. We're on. It's working. You disappeared. Yeah, I turned it off, man. Matty Jungaloy. Steve Dangamore. Sorry, mate. I saw you were there on the weekend. I didn't catch up with her. Nathan Rose. Hello, mate. Andy McConnell. Phil Reeve. It's a cast of thousands. Anyway, got a few coming up. Hey, G-Bear. Disco Dean Ferris, mate, I'll tomorrow. I'll send you your little package tomorrow. Davey Hunter. Hello, mate. Hello. Sorry, guys, a little bit bombed it the first time. I don't know. Picked up the wrong camera or something. So I got a webcam. That does the best vision, but I got the laptop one and picked it up, so that's why it started and then stopped again. Anthony Schofield. Hello, mate. How are we? Guy King. Hello, champion. So, phone's going as well. We'll leave that for later. How are we all? How's your week been? Back to reality this week. It's been a bit of a shock to the system. So I had a massive 3 weekends, as you all know. Hello, Shaft. Hello, me. How are you, champion? Good to see you on the weekend. Jace Cow. Thanks, mate. Frankie has just gone to the door to try to find... Oh, really? You're hard me to find the pits. Sorry, Steve. I should have put, mate. I thought about it. Harley, hello, mate. I thought about it. So anyway, was down at Willowbank on the weekend for Radial Redemption now. So I got down there and Thursday. Drove down Thursday, thankfully. Got down there. There was some testing Thursday night. And as you guys, most of you know, and thanks for having a look or sharing or following along. I did some live feeds just from the grandstand. Just to show some of the action, because I mean the worst part at the moment. Hey Pete, how are you, man? The worst part of the moment is that we can't all be together in the same place, of course, with everything going on. I mean, Radio Redemption was a great event, but it felt a little bit hollow in that we didn't have all our Victorian and New South Wales family there. So I thought I'll get down there, I'll do a bit of live feeds and have to be a little bit careful, I guess, because I'm not part. I'm just doing my own thing. I'm not part of the media accreditation, so I don't want to take the thunder off those guys that are part of that. So a shout out to, of course, the Overtaking Lane, who did a fantastic job of doing the live feed all weekend. So I know a lot of people were tuned into that, and also all the media. So of course Dave Reed. And Bezza and all the guys there from Drag Photos doing a fantastic job as always. Make sure you get on it. If you don't already, get onto Drag Photos Facebook page and just have a look at all their images. You can spend hours on there. Actually, I like what he's done now. I mean, Dave used to throw them all together as a collection or even in brackets. Now he puts them in, he groups them into car colours and that, or bike colours or whatever. So he had bikes and then all the different car colours. So it's pretty easy if you're looking for a particular image on that. But make sure you get out and support those guys. So they sit out, obviously they stand out there in the sun all day long for how many days? 3 days on that occasion. So make sure you get out there and support them as much as possible. Mitchell Bean, hey mate. Hey Daniel Patrick, Dunk. Hey Tony, how are you, mate? Mega effort from Overtaking. Yeah, Steve Sloan on there saying Overtaking, they did a good job, mate. They did. Yeah, seemed like a good bunch of guys too. I had a little bit of time. Just said hello to them a few times, but they did a fantastic job on the weekend. So keeping everyone up to date with what was going on there at Radio Redemption. So back to work this week. I've got to do a full week this week. It's the first one I've done in 3 because I've had the last 3 weekends off. Of course, I did Power Cruise. And then, so 6 hours that way to do Power Cruise, 5 hours that way to Mackay to do Power Fest, and then back down. And obviously I wasn't working on the weekend, but I went down to enjoy Radio Redemption. So, been some big weekends, and I left the work shirt on tonight because I just want to say thank you to Mark and Anita and all the team at Harbour City Harley Davidson, which is where I work up here in Gladstone. Because I mean, we're all entitled to time off and that, but it's I guess as a team, when one of your members aren't there, it's a little bit harder, and everyone has to pull that extra little bit harder, work a little bit harder. So thank you for understanding that I need to go and do those things and covering for me, I guess. So guys, if you're in the market for anything Harley Davidson, that's where I work. Harbour City Harley Davidson in Gladstone. We also got the Alpha Performance Engines, which is the performance branch of our business, and we do all engine kits and source all sorts of performance gear and for Harleys and that. So if you're in the market, let us know. Mark and myself, or even any member of the team can help you out. Who else? Duncan, hello mate, how are you? Lukey, how's it been? Rhino, had an interesting weekend on the weekend again. CJ Davies, hello Meg, hello. Yeah, so that's why I've left the work shirt on tonight, just to a bit of free coverage for my work, and just to say thank you for everything they do for me, which is just fantastic. It was good. Actually, it's funny, I lived in Brisbane all my life, and only just moved up here, so it's been, it's close to 12 months. I'll have to have a look, actually. I think it's another week or so, and I will have been up here officially for 12 months, so it's crazy how things fly. I was just having a quick scroll through, because obviously I had a bit of a break from doing the show, but I was having a quick scroll through this, and I didn't realise, but this is the 26th time I've done this show. Like I said, I had that break in between, just with everything going on and just living in my own little bubble. But I missed 25 last week, which is a bit of a milestone. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not in it for anything, just to just spread the word a bit and just have my say and just share, what I do. Jamie Farmer, hello mate, good to see the Mustang out there again on the weekend. So, yeah, so 26th show. So there you go. So I'll try and keep track of them from now on, and I'll put it up as what number episode we're up to from each week, so which is good. But it was good to get there. Like I said, I've lived in Brisbane all my life. It's funny, like it's pretty relaxed up here in Gladstone. It's not the fast pace of a city such as Brisbane or Sydney or Melbourne, So now when I go back to Brisbane, the pace gets me. The pace sort of gets me, and the blood pressure goes up, and the anxiety, and you're in traffic, and it's funny. And even though, like I said, I've done it all my life, it's been good to get away from it for this period of time. But yeah, it's crazy. So like just driving in. So I left, like I said, I left Thursday. Got away a bit later than I thought. I'd hope. But drove down to Brisbane. Had to meet a customer at Springfield just for a set of pipes to help him out for his Harley. So got out the track and saw most of the passes there on Thursday night at Radio Redemption for a bit of testing. I think there was 13 cars on Thursday night. I don't know how I do this with my hands. It's only on here, but anyway. So that was cool, and some good passes, and I did do my best to keep you up to date, and I'm glad you all enjoyed that. Would have been funny to see all the 25 numbers scribbled. Yeah, Steve Dangemeyer just referring to the first. I just started watching on. I just started writing down on a piece of paper what episode it was, and I was crossing it out. I think up till I got to 7, I used the same piece of paper. I just kept turning around and scribbling out and adding the next number on. So yeah, it would have been funny, mate, if I got that. Anyway. Dave Ferrix, hello, mate. Leah Dougal, we'll talk about you, Leah, in a minute. Well, that was fantastic to see that car there on the weekend. But it was good to catch up with so many great people and just doing what we love. So I've missed a lot of you guys, I'll be honest with you. I made a big move, of course, coming up here, and it was an opportunity. I was a bit lost in what I was doing. Had a separated marriage and all that sort of stuff. So I made the move up here. The job offer was made to me by Mark and Anita, and I made the big move up here, and it's been really excellent. And it's been good for me. Of course, 2020's hurting everyone, isn't it? This year with just everyone trying to cope with everything going on. But it was good to get back there because a lot of those people down there I used to see regularly. It was nothing for me to be. I lived at Willowbank, of course, so it was nothing for me to be at the track once, twice, 3 times a week. So you'd see a lot of regulars, and then so it's been a little bit hard not to see a lot of those people. So it was good to catch up with a lot of you on the weekend. Obviously, I didn't get around and see everyone. But yeah, so I enjoyed doing those little videos. On the Thursday, also caught up with the boys live from the track for the Jet 275 show. Don't forget they're on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. So it was good to have a bit of a chat with them live from the track there. But I fully intended to sort of go down and do some stuff behind the scenes because, I mean, my first choice would be to commentate it, but that's still not an option at the moment down there. Hopefully it'll come in the future. I have been talking to a few people just in passing, and maybe we'll talk about that at some later stage, but anyway, working on that. So anyway, I knew I was coming, I planned it. You've seen the shirts. I said I've got to do a post. I'm a bit slack, honestly. So I have those long weekends, and it takes me, a few days to recover and get some stuff in line. And even though it's only me, I don't feel any pressure to get things organised for myself sometimes. So I've probably got to pick my act up a little bit there. So you've seen the shirts that I got Dave Reed to do up. I just got a minimum amount at the moment at that time because just funding, of course, the costs involved. But Dave did a fantastic job. I got a few to people that I wanted to start with to say thank you. I want to give a quick shout out to Chris Diggles. So for those that haven't seen the back of the shirt, it's got a message on there that it's a comment that Chris wrote on one of my posts, and it means a lot to me. So I thought, hey, what better way than to put that on the back of the shirt? There we go. Awesome, we've got some more posts. We'll read some more comments in a minute. So I put that on the back of the shirt. I sent Chris his last week, and he rang me straight away and he was wrapped. So, mate, look, I support what you do. You support what I do. We're both very passionate. So it's good, and I think it's good, that a peer recognises that, you're good at what you do and you're passionate and just a good person. So, mate, thank you. So Chris got his last week. Like I said, he was pretty excited, so that was cool. So then I thought, well, the logo that Dave Reed and Karen from On Point Media Solutions, I'm going to give them another plug because they're good, they're great people. And of course, Dave's also dragged photos, but they come up with the logo, and I thought, what if we can turn that logo into a sticker? So I only hit Dave up about that last week because I knew I was coming down. And they smashed it out in 24 hours. They come up with the logo, and they printed it out, and I got I think 100 to get me started. So I managed to get a few around to you guys on the weekend. I apologise if I didn't, if you were there. But I'll make them available as time goes on. Probably not. I don't know if it's worthwhile posting one sticker or two, cost wise. Anyway, we'll work it out. But I'll distribute them the best I can, and just to say thank you and people that support me. So I got a few around. I got a few on cars, which was good. So I got one on Ash Mason's car. You might have seen that. That we were I was a small part of the team there on the weekend. And I got one on Matt Wilson's bike. He put it up on the headlight of his Hayabusa, and I got one on the tailpiece of Nathan Ward's bike. And Nathan's also one of our Gladstone locals up here and did a fantastic job on the weekend and took out outlaw radial bike there on the weekend. Did a fantastic job. Have a look at Dave Reed's photos, and if you see that white bike with that perched high, wheel standing, and a bloke hanging on, that's Nathan Ward. He did a fantastic job on the weekend. He was just impressive, very impressive, mate. And it's good, mate. I know you had a little bit of time off and had a bit of a rethink, and got some focus. And you and Jason and Neil, of course, your dad, and of course Dino was there helping you on the weekend. Just did a cracker job. And just to remind, for those that don't know, Nathan went 5:04 on the weekend. Now that's an aspirated Hayabusa bike, race bike of course, but it was quicker than the turbo bikes there on Saturday, and went all the way to the final and cleaned up in the final as well. So well done, mate. So a few more comments coming through, guys. We'll just read them. DD, first time watching radio race and live stream. Thanks to Overtaken Lane. Loved it. There you go. Awesome, DD. DD's down in Victoria, so obviously it's where it's at up here in Queensland at the moment, but it's definitely spreading all around the country. There's plenty of tough radial cars all around the country, so it's definitely getting bigger. Lee Dooman, need a Shagga sticker for the car. Yeah, I'll organise that. No problems at all. Duncan wants a shirt and some stickers. Okay, awesome. I think it was Mick Apps. I'll give a shout out to Mick Apps. He mentioned last week maybe I'd do a package like a shirt, stubby coolers, have to get some more stubby coolers made, and a sticker as a package. I guess that's probably a good idea. And Digger saying that he'd like a combo. Ash Mason, hello mate, how are you? Sticker for. Yep, Steve Dangermeyer having the same PayPal. What's your PayPal? All right, I'll have to organise something, won't I? I'll have to get something organised. I thought you were on my team, said Ian Weber, mate, I'm always on your team. I'm always with a winner. Anthony Smith, hello, mate. How you going? So, yeah, hey, congrats to Justin Simpson and Scott Harker and all the team and the Kenda Tyres radial redemption. Of course, like I said, was a bit light on because we couldn't have our Mexican visitors there, as we affectionately call them. Of course, the New South Wales and Victorian competitors. Mick Apps is on. Hello, mate. How you going? Combo was a great attitude. I think so, mate. I think I'll do that. All right. So I'll work on that. So bear with me. I'll organise some stuff there, but I'll have to be a pre-order thing, guys. So just to the cost involved, just so I can cover some costs. But I'll make it affordable. I'm not in it to make money. I just want to sort of get the word out, and if you guys can support me, that's fantastic. And I just want to share the brand around a little bit. Hello, Panka. Hello, mate. We want to give you money. Duncan wants to give me money. Sounds good, mate. Yeah, so fantastic event on the weekend. How about Steve Ham? Steve Ham, so Pro Slammer racer, long time racer. Actually, for those that don't know, Steve Ham and I grew up in the same area in Jimboomba, which is south of Brisbane. We grew up in the same area back in the day. He's a bit younger, a couple of years younger than me. But we were also all in that sort of scene, of course, at the time. And I remember Steve started at a pair. It was pink. It was like a pearly pink LH four-door Tirana from memory, which was pretty stout. Had a pretty stout engine in it, and that was pretty cool back in the days. And then sort of graduated through the ranks, and has of course run Top Alcohol for a number of years, and Door Slammer the last few years. Took the plunge and put radial tyres on that car on the weekend, for the weekend I should say, and it was just fantastic. But it just shows, guys like that are keen to get involved, which is great in the radial scene because they can see it's fun. I was speaking to Steve's dad there on the weekend, and of course he was saying that it's good in that 8th mile race and is cheaper in terms of maintenance, that sort of there's an expense of course involved in changing a door slammer from a door slammer to a radial car. You're changing obviously the obvious things like wheels and tyres, shocks, some suspension components, different gearing. There'll be different gearing for a an 8th mile car. But yeah, fantastic on the weekend. Spun the tyres twice on Thursday, and then come out and went 398, and with one of the laziest 60 foot you ever seen. Like it got out like a street car, and then marched at 204 mile an hour, which at the time was our fastest ever speed over the 8th mile on a radial tyre in Australia. Then went 391 on the next one, crept it up a bit in the 60 foot, went 391 at 204 again. Had one pass just to get a feel for it on Friday, and had prior commitments on Friday nights. I didn't do any more passes. Come out Saturday and got down there pretty much every time. And I think maybe, can't remember for sure, maybe the final was the slowest pass for him on the weekend. So got it done. Went as quick as 384 at one stage, which was just fantastic. So got the win, as I said, against Terry Singh, which was a killer final, 409 to a 410 in Outlaw Radial. So yeah, that was it was good to watch, and it's good to see the pro guys come over and join the radial scene. Of course, we saw Benny Bray last year. I believe he had a car in the build trying to get it done for the weekend's event, but couldn't quite. Just trying to get too many things together, maybe. if you're in the scene at all, and I know a lot of you guys are, and that's why you sort of watch this and you know, involved in drag racing, getting parts for stuff at the moment is just crazy hard, and of course with everything going on. So like even I know the workshops, the service manager here at the workshop, I know I've got dead bikes there all the time just waiting for parts, and it's very frustrating. And I'll give you an idea. I've got a bike there was involved in an accident. We have to repair it, and we've been waiting up 3 months for parts. Finally some parts showed up, and I need some other stuff, and it's going to be maybe another lengthy period. But anyway, you know, it's customers have been pretty good. It's just nothing you can do at the moment with everything going on. And of course a lot of Harley parts coming from America. And the fact is they just had a lot of places closed down temporarily or permanently, or, you know, it's just hard times. But anyway, we keep going. But it's the same, I guess. Anyone building a drag car or a drag bike, you're also feeling the same pain, because it's not as easy as it usually is to get stuff. The stuff's just not available. Dave Hamill, was a great weekend. Yes, mate, it was fantastic. Rissa Newman, definitely mint weekend. Good to see you. It was good to see you too, Rissa. Good, well done on the weekend. Of course, sorry, I forgot to mention you earlier. You did some fantastic work on the camera as well with the drag photos people. Nathan Rose, shipping is shit. Is the shit bit. It is, mate, at the moment. So, Radio will travel north, race up this way. I think the crowd would love to see them up here. Mick Barrett. So Mick Barrett, just for those that know, is a regular at Palmyra Dragway in Mackay. And he's saying, do you think radio boys and girls will travel north to race up this way? I think the crowd would like to see it. Mate, they definitely, I can tell you the crowd will really enjoy it. And let's just say something is being worked on. I can tell you that. We'll talk more about that in the future shows, mate. But we're definitely working on something. Trying to put some groundwork in. Of course, you've got to give guys that need to travel, you've got to give them plenty of warning. So we're hoping to definitely organise something, mate. Surely, I can tell you that there's a number of particularly cars being built radial-wise up here now. There we go, Nathan. Mate, I don't think I'm out of place here, but Nathan Rose. So Nathan Rose, for you guys that don't know, runs a pretty stout super sedan car. It's a Commodore. Pretty much a street-based thing in that it's full steel. It was pretty much full steel body, and that had a bit of an incident at Palmyra last year in the braking area. And sent me a message about a week or so ago with the rebuild, and I'm thinking, oh well, it's coming back. Well, it's coming out as pretty much a full-blown radial car. So watch out for that one. I can tell you, it's a really killer-looking car. And from what I've seen, mate, you got to turn some. People are definitely going to be interested in what you got there, mate. So it's good to see. Radial of the future from Steve Cos. I'll be in Rowan Brown. Yes, mate, I'm sure you will. Well, you mate Neil. Hello, mate. How you doing? Yeah. So we're looking at hopefully some of those guys will travel. I can tell you, it's only getting more popular. I know, like I just mentioned, Nathan's car. I know of other cars switching to radials or keen to have a go on radials. I can tell you that a lot of people have found that they've worked really well on their cars. Guys have improved 60-foot times over what they run on gumboots, as they're affectionately known by the radial guys. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely an option, and it's good. It's something different. It's 8th mile racing, which isn't for everyone, especially a lot of the stalwarts go 8th mile, quarter miles where it's at. But I can tell you, it's fun, it's exciting. The guys have got to throw everything at it, and there's a lot of tuning and tuning involved in getting a car with a lot of power to go to an 8th mile on a radial tyre. It's not an easy job. So some people were asking, and I put a post up yesterday, but some people were asking, where's your live feeds? Because I did none on Friday and Saturday. And even leading up to it, I did intend to go down and do a little bit. So live feeds, I intended to do some interviews and catch up with people just to record and then play at a later date. But I found after I did Thursday, which was cool, but so my good mate Ash Mason and our team Skittles, we call ourselves, he was racing. He only decided to race about a week or so ago. He's been that busy with work, as a lot of people have been. But he decided to race, so I went down. I was already going, but me and my mates Jess and Jason and we all chipped in and helped Ash on the weekend. I don't do much, but I'm always happy to be there as part of the team. Yeah, so we raced 235 again on the weekend, and we had all sorts of dramas. But I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed just being back with the guys because we hadn't done it since early in the year. The boys had a test session back in July that I couldn't make, and some changes to the car, some new programs and that sort of stuff. The new Heltec Nexus system that Ash has installed in the car, which was really interesting in the way it just feeds power in and does different things on the car, responds to sensors and readings, and we saw like boost. So it's a turbocharged LS car, just to let you guys know. Just the way the boost ramped up and how much boost we made, and just so it threw us a few curveballs. We had a bit of a tough weekend. We did put some other shocks out of another car in the rear of the RX-7 for the weekend. And after a few passes, we don't know what's going on. We weren't sure what was happening. Anyway, it started to come around a little bit. Friday night we got down to a 478, and the car's gone a best of 471, which at the time was the best in the country. But George Shasevsky went 470 in Sydney last year to beat us. So still sitting in number 2, and thought, after we ran to 78 with a fairly mild, well, wasn't a killer tune-up that we've had before, but so 478, we thought, okay, we're on the right track. And the next one came out and spun the tyres a bit, went 484 from memory. And we thought, okay, we're in the ballpark, we sort of know what we're doing going into Saturday. Well, Saturday was real head scratcher, and we pretty much struggled all day. But somehow we still managed to make it all the way through the final. Went 5-1s on a couple of passes, 149 mile an hour plus. Still managed to make the final, but Michael Arnold had us covered in the final. We just couldn't get the car down the track for that one. So yeah, it was just good. It was just good to get back and hang out with those guys and do the racing thing and just hang out, and we all have fun and we have a good laugh, and we chip in if we need to. So we actually changed out those shocks at one stage on Saturday night just to try something, because we were scratching, like I said, we were scratching the head. It'd go out a little bit, then it would rattle the tyres, and it sort of hasn't really done that to that extreme before. So anyway, it's all a learning curve. It was pretty frustrating, but like I said, we still managed to make it to the final. Unfortunately, some of the guys didn't get through the rounds. There was a little bit of carnage on the weekend. A few of the guys fell by the wayside, but anyway, we got there, and well done, Ash, mate, well done. Rowan Brown, 235 Attic. Yeah, well, that's it, mate. Mick Barrett, I think if they come to Paul Anderson, mate, could you imagine Paul Anderson's car on some radials? Wow, it's wild enough on gumboots, mate. But I reckon he'd be keen to have a shot. I can tell you, Paul Anderson owns a PSI blown Camaro up here in central Queensland, which is a wild bit of gear. So Jace Cowie said needed more boost, plenty of laughs. Graham McKinnon, mate, always good to catch up with you, mate. So many laughs. It's good, mate. It's good fun, and just a good bunch of people. And like I said, I miss a lot of you guys not coming down as often, obviously, as I used to. But yeah, it makes it all more sweeter, I guess, when I do. So that was Saturday. Again, well done to everyone. Ian Weber, mate, was on before. I don't know if he's still on, but Ian Weber, our little mate, he's got a little Tirana, runs a nitrous, a little bit of gas into a 202. And he said he's only done it 3 times. So I reckon he's done it more than that. But Ian Weber's he's quick on the lights. And he always takes away the best light of the night at those radial events, mate. So well done. It's always cool to watch you get that done. Put a bit of cash in your pocket, so good on you, mate. Yeah, just congrats to everyone that got out there and had a red hot go on the weekend. It was great to see some new cars there. Leah Duberman was on earlier. Great to see that car, Darren and yourselves out there. Simon Graham at the wheel on the weekend. Finished early. I don't know what happened. There was one pass where there was a bit of smoke involved, and we didn't see the car back. So hopefully it's not too bad. And Leah will be in the car next season, I believe, which will be fantastic. But it's just great to see that car there. Of course, after everything you guys have gone through. Yeah, good stuff. So, got a few more events coming up this year, so I'm looking forward to them. Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. You guys love it too. There we go. There is still a good stuff. So we'll get a sticker on the car too for you, Leah. That'll be fantastic if you can do that. But yeah, so and then aside from racing, I got to catch up with a few other people. So a young Tiana Littlewood, who's we call she's known as Princess down there at Willowbank, but it's good to catch up with her, and she's an up and coming commentator. She does the street meets with Terry Dale down there at Willowbank. And it was a little bit of a surprise that her and her mum organised, but she's a great kid. And I managed to get there on Saturday morning and see her before they went out for the day, which was great. And it was a good surprise. She enjoyed it, so I gave her a sticker and we caught up. So it was fantastic. I caught up with Rob Thompson, who is also has been for many years a commentator. So it was good to catch up with Rob as well. I got a couple of seats for a car of mine that I'm piecing together, so it was good to see Rob and just catch up there. Like I said, just catch up with people. And then Sunday, I had a bit of spare time up my sleeve, so once we woke up after a bit of a late night, and I caught up with I stayed with my good friends Jess and Nicole. I caught up with some of my best mates, and we've been mates since kindergarten, so 40 odd years now. I'm 45, so 41 years it's going on. It was great to catch up with them and just talk shit and just we're good. We're a good little group of guys, and we just have fun and take the piss out of each other, and so that was good as well to catch up with those guys on Sunday for lunch. And then I made the trek home, so busy 3 weeks, but I wouldn't have it any other way. If in my ideal world, I'd do something every weekend on the microphone or drag racing. I'd do it every weekend. That'd be in the ideal world. Probably not great on the budget if you're doing a bit of travelling. But anyway, that's hey, we can all dream. I can't wait. Actually, it's funny going down when you're going to an event. You're keen to get there, and it just seemed like everyone was in my way on Thursday. But anyway, we got sorted. I got home safely. Had some great friends here in town that organised some cheesecakes and some lasagna. So just I got good people around me, which is good, and I thank you to all those people. So that's fantastic. So like I said, I've got some more events coming. I've got a couple more at Ben Araby Raceway here in Gladstone. I'll give you some roundup on that shortly. I'll give you some more information. There's a couple more at Palmyra coming up as well. Guys, I keep saying that you need to get to these regional tracks because you'll feel the love. You'll see the what they're doing at these tracks. They're putting in a lot of effort. The tracks are good. Each of them have their own little quirks. It's the same as the big tracks. I'll tell you guys are probably I'm not having a shot at anyone, but sometimes people sort of live in the bubble and think that their track's the only track. You've got to get out the other tracks and enjoy it, but you've got to learn the quirks. Like every track has its own. Watch that spot in the bacon area, or this or that, or and that's just how it is. But I love people coming to regional tracks and enjoying the experience and having a go. I love people coming to a regional track and getting a PB, whether it be 64 or 8th mile or quarter mile or speed or because it sort of breaks the mould a little bit and it makes people just be sport. But mate, I'm very sport. I'm not going to lie. So that's good, and I encourage you to do it. I honestly encourage you to do it. It's hard at the moment, of course. We can't plan holidays, but I can tell you that some of the tracks are definitely working on some upcoming events. Not so much this year, obviously, but next year. And I'll do my best to promote those events and give people plenty of warning so they can, plan holidays or time off or whatever. You've got to do it. Mick Apps was on earlier too, mate. I know you got your event. I'm going to regional. We love our cars. And DD, Victoria. Can't wait to get down there to maybe Heathcote again. We did Heathcote a few years ago for the Holden Nationals, which is it was a crazy trip. It's a long way from up here, I can tell you, but it was worth the while. We still talk stories, and I still, I got some mates there. Even our friendship, I guess, developed though. Like we just got all the same stories to tell and memories that we've all got. So that's what it's all about. So that'll be good. What else? Yeah, all right. So that's probably about it this week, guy. A little bit short one. Great to catch up with everyone. Hope you have a fantastic week. I'll keep you up to date with anything that's going on in Central Queensland at the moment. Like I said, more at Banaraby, more at Palmyra, and just keep having fun. Look after people. Enjoy your experience at the track, that's about all I got. All right. Thanks very much for sharing, guys. I'll do some posts soon. I'll look into doing that pack. I'll talk to Dave Reed. So, of course, I did the stubby coolers a few years ago. I'll do a different design, probably more along the lines of the shirt, and we'll do them as a kit. And I'll put that out there. And if, like I said, it'll be a pre-order sort of situation. And if we can organise that, that'll be good. Nobody got any questions? Any comments from the weekend? Steve Dangle, mate. Sorry, didn't catch up. Yeah, that's a shame. But anyway, we will, mate. I can guarantee. I'll give you a minute or so just to see if anyone's got anything. It's a bit warm here tonight. I don't know what's going on. Jet 275, don't forget, Thursday night. Like and share. Alright, nothing else. No one's got any comments. Okay, cool. That's fine. Alright guys, thank you. Share the post if you can. Once again, shout out to my workplace who are really good people and look after me well. Allow me to do what I'd like to do. Hey, Adam Nicholas, hello mate. Here you go. Thanks for tuning in. But that's it for now, guys. Have a good week, and I'll catch you next week. See ya.